Okay, so here I'm going to make an announcement, Kev, before we do this runway, but keep coasting, there's nobody here.
And Edaville traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee, backtracking 3-1.
Go right through? We're going to go that way. They're very gentle on the turn because we are a tricycle, and the tricycle can flip right over. But really start playing with that. And ideally where you want to start practicing this is try to get yourself to the middle of the runway. Because you have to train your brain where center is, and it takes people a little while because you're sitting on one side of the plane, I'm sitting on a different side. So your perspective of the center line is going to be different.
23 Foxtrot November Tango Quebec, we're clearing the zone to the east, 4,500 feet for 5,500 Foxtrot November Tango Quebec.
So right now you probably feel that you're in center.
Ish. I feel like I might be on your side a little bit.
You're not. The difference is, what you're doing is you're looking in front of the nose of the plane.
Okay.
If you look all the way at the end where the trees are, you can tell you're not center. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see it. I'm on my side,
Let's slow this thing down. We'll start applying some brakes. We got to try to push them in unison, right? Like you got to push left and right at the same time. So to turn this plane around, go hard right rudder all the way down on the right. We want to turn this plane around like a big bubble out here.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
And now you can go full left.
I want to go to the center?
Yep. All right. So I will show you where center is.
Okay.
You're not bad. True center is really right over here. Just a little bit more. Let me push on the feet.
Really? Oh.
Now the way you're going to figure that out is look all the way down.
Yeah.
Now bring your head into the center of the plane.
Okay.
See how it got to the center?
I feel like I'm on your side.
It's a little bit, just a little bit to the side.
Okay.
That's better.
Huh.
So, what we'll do is I'll do the takeoff.
Yeah.
But I want you to keep your feet on the pedals, but be like Gumby, man.
Yeah.
Nice and loose. That way you can feel what's going to happen. When a plane accelerates, this particular plane, because of the direction of the propeller, what we get is a gyroscopic effect that pulls the plane left. So automatically we start using our right rudder to straighten it. And it takes a little while to get used to that pull. And then we're going to drive it like a car. And I even feel your hand, keep your hand on the stick and feel what I'm doing. Just be very loose.
And Edaville traffic, Juliet Kilo Yankee on the roll, 3-1.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking the throttle now because I don't want to do the slow speed, right?
Okay.
I'm going to go like this. Full power. I squeezed it. I keep my hand on it, and you can feel what I'm doing with the rudder.
Yeah.
I'm giving a right push. Driving it just like a car. Now pulling that nose back. That's it. Just like that. There we go. Look at that. It just wants to fly on its own.
Huh.
Now, right when we get there, it digs right in. That's called us leaving ground effect. That was not me doing that to be shocking. There's an actual state of flight called ground effect, and it acts sort of like a magnet holding us to the ground.
Yeah.
Once we pop out of it, it slingshots us up like that.
Oh, I see.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm staring at this guy here.
Yeah.
I want my speed to be no slower than 60. If I see it climbing, I just pull back towards me. So we're climbing, we're at a nice 60, a little bit slower there, so I was ready to push the nose forward to speed it up. That's how we gain speed, is by going forward.
Okay.
We're at full power. It's actually quite smooth right now. We're still climbing the plane.
Approaching altitude.
So now we just crossed 1,700 feet, so we're over 1,000 feet over the ground. Because remember, we started at 7.
Yeah.
Leaving altitude.
Now the reason why we want to climb at this speed, first of all, is to maximize the efficientness of our engine. So since we're at full power, we might as well get as much climb out of it as possible. So we're going to pull back as aggressive as we can without going too slow.
Okay.
And we don't want to go too fast, because watch what happens with the RPMs if I put this nose down.
Yeah.
They're going to start racing. There's no more load on the engine.
Okay.
So that being the case, I got to pull back the power. Now this Rotax engine likes to operate anywhere from 4,600 RPM.
Yeah.
For cruising, up to 5,000.
Okay.
Anything higher than 5,000 would be for climbing.
Okay.
Because we don't want to overstress the engine. So this is an opportunity. We're up, we're level. This is where we check to see if our trim is set properly. So if you just hold the control, what does it feel like the plane's doing? To me, it feels like it's dropping.
It feels like it.
So you're going to tap this button with your hand.
This?
Up, just give it a tap.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Now you're going to reset it. Try to set this thing on 0. So push the nose down until it hits 0. And see if it wants to climb or descend again. We're going to reset it and see what happens. Still a little bit of a descent happening, right? Maybe not.
Kind of there. Yeah, so it's climbing now.
Yeah, I'm just switching radio stations here. Okay, man. So let's take this plane. How about this? I'm going to give you control right now.
Yeah.
So you have control.
Okay.
The way handoffs and etiquette is done with plane control is we do it through a voice command like that. I will say you have control. Once you feel like you have it and you're ready to take over, you reply to me, I have control.
Okay.
Vice versa. If you want me to take it at any given time, you just yell to me, you have control, and I'll grab it. And once I have control, I will say, I have control back to you.
Okay.
It's an etiquette, and it's done at all flight schools. So right now, our RPM is slow, and we're going slow. So we're going to speed this up a little bit. I want to get us out of that area. Now we're climbing too, so put that nose down. That's it. Now let's take the plane. I know you have good directional control of this thing.
Okay.
And turn it to the right. Let's go towards the water, because I want to avoid the Collingwood Airport. Now you're actually climbing at the same time.
I'm not watching this way.
Don't worry. Try to get your mind out of the freak out area, because I have ultimately full control of this aircraft when I need to.
Yeah.
If I see you doing anything dangerous, you might feel a little push on this thing.
That's okay.
Okay, so you have a tendency to climb. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. So what we will do is, let's go in this direction. I'm going to make a radio announcement to other pilots so they stay away from us.
And Collingwood area traffic, Sportstar, India, Juliet, Kilo Yankees, 3 miles west of Wasaga Beach 1, traveling eastbound along the shoreline en route to Midland at 2,600 feet.
So see what's happening here.
Collingwood traffic,
still going up.
Foxtrot Uniform Tango, departing Clearview Field, runway 34, landing Collingwood 01.
I gave you one more tap on the down button of the truck. I want to put the nose down so we stop climbing.
Downwind runway 31.
Now part of it is you're pulling back.
Yeah.
Relax your hand, relax your whole arm for a second. See what the plane does.
A right-hand turn out eastbound departure.
Pretty much staying the same.
Yeah.
It was almost tiny climb, but yeah.
Okay, so then I'm going to correct it by hitting down one more time.
Okay.
Ideally, the trim is there to set up the plane so you don't have to fight climbing or descending.
Right.
If your hand is neutral and you're just going left and right, it will stay level. So that's what the first thing a pilot does when they get to the altitude they want is they set their trim.
Okay.
Master your trim, and then all you got to do is worry about turning left and right.
Right.
You're doing a tiny pullback, either that or the trim's still not right.
Coyotes just on the north side of the runway when I was backtracking, and they appear to be just staying there on the side. Yeah, roger that. Thanks a lot. I'll take a look out. If I still see them, I'll do a low pass and rejoin the circuit.
So
That
there we
might
go.
be okay, yeah.
It feels better now. So you just play with it, right? Tap, 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 tap,
Okay.
until you get the right spot. Most planes are not as advanced as this, so they'll have a little lever down here,
Yeah.
or a little lever here for trim, or a wheel. And you just play with that wheel until you can trim it right.
Yeah.
So your feet are on the pedals, that's good.
Yeah.
Now let's, the majority of the early stages of flight training is just trying to master the topic of straight and level flight and controlled turns.
I was gonna say, for some reason, it feels like like the plane wants to go sideways, like, you know, or turn.
You know what that is? We're having a wind hitting us from the left,
Okay.
pushing this way, so it's automatically wants to push the left wing down.
Oh,
It depends on the angle it's hitting the wing,
Right.
but usually it wants to push us like that.
like we're moving a lot, and I don't remember this from last time.
Really?
You know, yeah, I feel like it, like we're, you know.
It's windy.
Yeah.
That's winds you're fighting, though. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah. See, like that right there, now I'm fighting to get that back.
Really?
We're turning that way, and it looked like we were doing that of it. Unless that's you.
Not me. I'm not doing
Oh, okay,
anything.
yeah.
My hands aren't even under control. Remember, you have control.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is good. We're flying along. Now, I'm going to give you a target to fly to, Kev.
Yeah.
And that way you can start getting more comfortable again with those turns. It's still doing a gradual climb.
I was okay until you, yeah. I took my eyes off the thing again, yeah.
The thing that takes a little bit of brain memory is memorizing where the horizon should be in front of you. See that horizon?
Yeah.
Right now I can tell. I'm not even looking at the gauge. I can tell we're climbing because I'm used to this plane and what the horizon should be at.
Yeah.
Right there we are level. So some people will find a way to do it with their fingers. They'll go like this, line it up with their eye, and if they know they got 4 fingers, they're in the right spot. Every plane is different depending on your height.
Yeah.
But if you find that spot, then you're going to program your brain to know where level is.
Right. I can see my marks on the windshield.
Exactly. So if you find a reference point, see now we're at 3,000 feet,
Okay.
which is great. We're nice and high. So let's take this plane and see that little lake over there.
Yeah.
Let's head in that direction.
All right.
And try not to climb and descend during that turn.
Okay. Oh.
If you need balance, put your hand on the throttle. Give you something to rest on.
Collingwood, Uniform Tango on the mid downwind 01, Collingwood.
Does that help you at all?
I kept looking at the thing most of the time. I kept looking at the gauge as opposed to the window. I remember what you said the first time. You said you got to get
your eyes outside.
Yeah. You got to look outside and be able to start telling. So I've got my reference point on the window.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm able to now. Now I'm trying not to look at the gauge at all, except a glance if I feel like I have to.
Collingwood, Uniform Tango, base to final 01.
See, but that's not, okay, right now, this is not my imagination. The plane is moving around.
It is moving, but that's completely normal. That's wind.
Oh, I'm sure that it's fine, because it doesn't do anything to my, but I'm just noticing it, and I'm saying, last time, I'm quite sure not. I just don't think it was moving as much, which it doesn't matter. Like, if that's, as long as it's normal, right? There we go.
Now the rabbi can see forward. L'chaim.
Now I feel like I feel like I'm controlling the plane.
Good.
I feel like it's doing what I want when I want it to a point. Everything's still very subtle, every movement, right?
Yep.
Collingwood traffic, Uniform Tango on the downwind.
And that's the thing. There comes a time in all of flight training, or even driving a car, where the car's driving you or you're driving the car. And in the beginning, the plane is flying you.
Yeah.
You have to tame it.
Right.
And you tame that by honing those skills.
Yeah.
So right now, since it's so new to you, all of these senses, and we're in a 3D world, you're on fire. But that's why, even some people that are so good at the stick control, if their senses are really alive, they're going to have a hard time until they can chill.
Right, yeah.
And just chill.
Well, that I think comes with time anyway.
It's going to come with time.
Tango clear 01.
So right now we're spoiled.
Okay.
The air is beautiful right now.
Well, I wonder because we are really staying straight.
The thermals are disappearing.
Okay.
So right now we're almost in a direct easterly heading. You have two ways to know that. You have a compass here,
Yeah.
and you have a compass down there. So we're almost pointing directly east.
Okay.
Just so you can start getting your bearings with navigation too.
Yeah.
Because in time that's something you want to really be good at.
Of course, yeah. I got to learn this because I've never used one.
Yeah.